Anyone that catcalls is an animal, straight up. It's gross, it's inhumane, like you're treating them like an object, like just a piece of trash that you can F. We can all agree on that. So then why, when a man goes to talk online, not thirst trapping, talking online without the intention of coming off as sexual, why is it that when he gets a bunch of thirsty comments saying raw next question or deep every single time, is that acceptable? Why is that expected? Why do we actually expect to see that whenever we see just an attractive man? Not even a thirst trap, not even, sometimes they're not even trying to like look attractive. They're just living and they get these types of comments and we see that as normal. We see something, we see that as bonding, female bonding in the comment section. Okay, if you're semi chronically online or just have my sense of humor, you've probably seen this guy, GDick728, Griffin. He posts like random food for thought sometimes, but he also has a speech and debate account, an account just dedicated to speech and debate. And as a speech and debater, of course, your girl is watching that. I'm eating that up. I think that the guy makes an app a better place. I'm not gonna lie. I really like him. Like, as a creator. But recently he posted a video talking about how those types of comments make him uncomfortable, especially on his speech and debate account because like trying to come off as he's not trying to come off in that way. And people are just turning it into something that they can feast on in the comment section. I want to bring that to your attention because seeing him speak about how uncomfortable that makes him, especially when he has a girlfriend, it just like deeply upsets me. It's like crossing a barrier. Now, I know you're probably thinking, "Oh my god, this pick me on my YouTube feed." That's trying to like play the heroine for men or something, but no, I'm actually a really devout feminist. I made a presentation about feminism and how it's still relevant in today's society to my English class recently, which is very interesting seeing everyone's reactions, especially when the rise of fascism is here in the United States, especially amongst young men. Oof. I know there was some people that did not like that presentation present. But besides that, I'm a hardcore feminist. I believe that men and women should be completely equal and should not be discriminated on the basis of gender or sex. I'm not a pygmy. I'm just upset that so many male creators can relate to his experience. This isn't cute. This isn't reversing misogyny. This isn't bonding. This is, oh my god, you know what it reminds me of? Like how men in bars or something would bond over like objectifying women and being like, oh yeah, I laid this girl, and bragging about girls that they've supposedly laid. You know, that's kind of what this reminds me of, even though it's not to the same degree, you know, it's online, but it does remind me of that now that I think about it. But anyways, this is not reversing misogyny. It's just misandry, which is man hating, woman hating men. And I also want to explain how this hurts you as a woman as well. Okay, let's put ourselves in the shoes of somebody that is commenting this. For them, it's a one-time thing. They're experiencing at most like 20 seconds of that person and their lives and their face, and then they scroll. But on the other side of the screen, there's a person with feelings that reads hundreds, if not thousands, of these sort of degrading comments. That creator goes to check their notifications and expects to see real people commenting real things like feedback or constructive criticism. I'm talking about like videos. I'm talking about male creators that post valuable content and just happen to be attractive. They go to check their notifications to see a human that cares about another human commenting something human. But instead, what they're basically reading is F you and what you have to say. Your only purpose to me and your only purpose in life on this platform, in your everyday experiences, is to be hot. Like, I honestly couldn't give a flying cat what you have to say. You might as well be an airheaded bimbo doing silly little dances on this app. I honestly couldn't care less if you have something to say. You're shutting that person. You're actively putting tape over their mouths. How would that feel? How would that feel to you? To some people, like Griffin, for example, I need to use him as an example because when you try to actually search for something on TikTok, you 9 out of 10 times don't find it. This is where they share their passions in life. Let me put this scenario in your head. Imagine that you're texting someone about something that you care about, like a hobby or just a passion, an extracurricular, I don't know, a sport that you're really passionate about. Like, imagine an essay, 4 paragraphs, 3 paragraphs at least. Like, that's how much some people be yapping on TikTok, but you literally pour your heart out for this person, your soul out for this person. And their only response, their only reply is something like raw next question or like something that's been copy and pasted from TikTok to another TikTok, and then they just leave you high and dry. They leave you on red with just those 4 sentences. It's like when you type out a paragraph for your loved one and they respond K. But it's even worse because they're objectifying you. You make them feel as if their voice means nothing, as if like what they have to say doesn't matter. You're saying, I don't care, you're a one dimensional object to me that doesn't have feelings. Or a reaction even to my comments. You don't read your comments, do you? It's just for me to bond with my fellow thirsty TikTok users. Okay, and I get that these comments don't come from like an evil place, like they come from wanting to compliment them or make them feel desired. But in reality, what you're actually doing is just slowly desensitizing them. This is where the part that you are harmed specifically comes in. When society degrades men, men will stoop down lower and just continue to degrade themselves. Men being desensitized and dehumanized and stripped from their emotions is the root of why they catcall in the first place. They've been taught to not feel since early childhood, and then they're getting reinforced that when they try to communicate some feelings or some thoughts online, and they're just told to shut up. If a man that has been degraded and made to be without feelings or inhuman, when they come across you as a woman, what do you expect these desensitized men to do? This is clearly not to justify anything done by a man, but I'm saying we're gonna face so much more desensitized men if we just keep shutting them up and telling them that their only purpose is to be hot. Those comments are just adding fuel to the disgusting cycle of men being desensitized and women getting hurt in the process. Men are humans with emotions, and we must treat them like such if we want them to be more expressive in the first place. And user at attempted sock, I'm pretty sure her name's also Gia, but she made an excellent point that not only is this demoralizing to the person being objectified, but also to the objectifier. The commenter is saying that they're just a weak human being that does not possess the power to offend someone or catcall someone or sexually assault someone with their words. So you're literally degrading yourself by saying you don't hold that power. Everyone holds the power to make another human feel uncomfortable. Just because women have been the victim of this oppression or objectification doesn't mean that they can't also objectify men. And I feel like this also fuels into another cycle that is men not being validated for their sexual assault experiences because they're not being validated online with people commenting that. And it being online like that makes it so much easier to degrade men or assault them without getting the consequences for it. Female sexual assaulters don't get that bad of a consequence in comparison to male sexual assaulters, which women definitely should because women hold that power. Women are just as powerful as men in anything. Women hold power, just as much power as men emotionally and intellectually. So we should stop acting like we don't, and we should stop desensitizing and numbing these innocent men that aren't trying to thirst trap online. They're just trying to share their passion. I mean, we all need to do better. We all need to be better humans. We all need to have more empathy towards one another and be more thoughtful in how we carry ourselves online. Raw next question isn't actually raw next question. It's RAPE next question. So think about that the next time you see that sort of comment or want to comment that. I mean, if this changed your perspective and you've commented this before, you probably didn't realize that this had such a bad impact. But now that you have, if you could delete those comments, I know it's a little bit, but for the greater good of society. And also share this video, like this video, and subscribe if you want to see more content like this. But do like this video so that it can get boosted and more people can see it, and this message can just get spread. Be human. Moral of the story. Bye.